Hey friends! I wanted to give you a quick tutorial of how to use BookVIP. So when you come here, it can be pretty chaotic. Personally, I was overwhelmed by this page when I first saw it. It's a lot of information, everything's counting down, everything says it's about to expire. The truth is a lot of these deals will stick around for a long time, so don't feel like you have to get something today. But let's go ahead and head over to All-Inclusive Vacations. So I just finished a book VIP vacation and I didn't tell very many people about it because this website was sort of looked a little suspect. So I was worried that it was going to be not as great as I thought it was going to be. And so I was scared to say anything, but I went and I had such a good time that I immediately signed up to be an affiliate, which doesn't cost anything. It just means I get a custom link to refer people because it was so fun and I want other people to be able to have that experience. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you kind of my process when I am looking at a deal like this. So let's go ahead and click here, for example. So this is a deal in Riviera Maya, hope I'm saying that right, which is, I believe, by Cancun. You can see that the people who've gone have rated it 9.8. By the way, let me just go ahead and show you the thing that convinced me to book, even though I was scared because the website looks the way it does, is because the consumer ratings are so high. And feel free to check that out yourself. They really have spent most of their money, getting the deals, not on necessarily the website, and the customer service could be better. That's the truth. But once you're actually there in the resort, it's perfect. At least our experience was. I shouldn't say it will be perfect, but it was great. So, okay, so here's an example. So we have this ultra luxury Puerto Aventuras resort, right? Okay, so it's going to include, let me scroll back to the original where I found this. 1 second. Okay. So this is going to include 5-night hotel accommodation, all inclusive. So that should include food and drink and a swim with dolphins. You can see it says only 99 down. Yes, there is a countdown for the sale, but probably it'll still be around. In the future, you can see it includes meals and drinks. It says you're going to get a $300 book VIP credit. That means if you want to book with them again at a different resort chain, they're giving that away to anyone who books this month. So, okay. One thing that's annoying is it's not telling you which resort it is. So what I do is I take this picture, or actually what I more often take, because that picture is kind of generic, is I'll usually copy this image and do a reverse image search. So I'll show you how to do that in a second if you are so inclined. But let's go ahead and just sort of look here. So they're not going to tell you the name of the place in some of these, and that's because the price is so much lower than what it would be for somebody booking online. See, there's a couple typos here or there, but it's an all-inclusive 8 restaurants, 24-hour room service. There's a marina, swim with dolphins, and then there's a kids club and a world-class spa. Here you're going to see what your room would look like, either king-size bed or 2 double beds. And then looks like it might be like a pull-out sofa. I mean, you could call and ask. And then it'll tell you like what's included. Kids club is 3 to 12. You can read some more about the restaurants. Down here is going to be all the amenities. So yeah, you can go through these video reviews, the written reviews. I'm just going to skip those for now. This is really important, the terms and conditions. I know we're all trained to ignore these when we see them online, but this one's going to be important. So you're going to have to attend a 120-minute resort preview. Yes, there will probably be some strong persuasion techniques used. The one that Clark and I went to in Secrets Puerto Vallarta was actually not so bad because he did a tour and we were new to the resort. And then we ate in the buffet, and it was really only 30 minutes of hard persuasion. We went into it knowing we were going to say no. We had a plan for why we were going to say no. And then we just had to stick to our guns, which was pretty easy because it was $7,000 to $10,000, and we were not going to do that. But you got to go into it knowing that. Okay. So you shouldn't be traveling with groups, unfortunately. It's really just supposed to be your family. You're not supposed to like be buying this with a friend and then meeting up. So it talks about that and you're supposed to be a first-time visitor to this resort chain. Okay, so it's going to be 120 minutes. And you're not supposed to plan activities for that day. So for us, it was the first full day we were there. And we just didn't plan anything else, which was fine because there was tons of stuff to do at the resort. So you need to be touring with, for this one, with a spouse, fiance, or significant other. So you can see if you're married, you're supposed to be between 30 and 68, cohabitating 30 and 60, gay married couples 35 to 60, legally single woman, this is so dramatic sounding, 35 to 60. Okay. And then you are supposed to have an income of at least 50,000 and you should be employed full time. And I'm sure, most of you are not going to have a problem with this, but you need to either speak English or Spanish. Okay. So for cohabitating couples, you have to have lived together for 2 years. And basically it means like your ID needs to say the same address and that both of you need to attend. If you are married, you should be there with your spouse. And you need to be a resident of the US or Canada, excluding French Canada. And then it looks like this was not the case at Secrets, but some resorts do have a resort fee that you'll still have to pay. And it looks like this one's $29.95 per night. You can't transfer it. You can't have gone to a UVC promotion before, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, basically, and then this is kind of the fine print, because once you get your package, you have 12 months to set the dates. And so once you set the dates, you need to make sure you're really mindful about how you're changing it and when you're picking the dates and things like that. Okay. So I'm not sure this is going to work right off the bat, but I'm going to show you how I generally do the reverse image search. So I use TinEye. I think that's how you say it. I guess I've never actually heard it said out loud. But basically, if you've never used this website before, what it's going to do is let you upload any image and see if it appears somewhere else. So I'm going to try to paste that image that I found from the initial sort of little advertisement. So here we go. We're going to start to see some places, and this is good because it's going to help us find the hotel. So let's look here at Expedia. Looks like this is Dreams, Puerto Aventuras. Sorry, my Spanish pronunciation is probably bad. Resort and spa, all inclusive. And let's go ahead and go back. So now you know the name of it. And you could just go straight to TripAdvisor, or it may come up like this one did in TripAdvisor. So you can see we're averaging about a 4 out of 5. For me, when I'm booking one of these, I like to look through the pictures. Sorry, I don't know why this won't close. There we go. Stop. Okay, so I like to look through the pictures. Sorry, my computer is... Oh, I think I went through the Spanish site, so that's why it's giving it to me in Spanish. But, I mean, you could also just, you could probably change the language pretty easily, but, just Google it. You should come find the English version. I like to do TripAdvisor because there's a lot of pictures, there's a lot of traveler reviews, and before I commit, I like to really see if I like it, and I like to know, what do people like about it, what do people not like about it. And of course, the pricing is going to vary a lot by the time of day, and also how many people are included in the all-inclusive, right? Because that's more people eating food. But here's an example of, you can see it's running about $4.50 a day, though on Priceline you might be able to find something cheaper, though probably not for 2 adults and 2 children, because I think this one included, if I'm remembering correctly. I think it included 2 children under the age of 2. Yeah, 2 children, 2 and under. And there is a way, if you don't have children or if you want to add more children, then you would call Book VIP and find out what the cost would be for that. I think I said this at the beginning, but I will warn you, their customer service leaves a lot to be desired. It can take a long time to get through to somebody. It can be a little bit annoying. For me, that was made up for by the fact that I was staying in a 500 a night resort and only paying 100. But don't expect, like when I actually got at the resort, I was treated really, really well. But trying to get through to Book VIP to ask questions was a little annoying at times. So fair warning. Okay. So like I said, very dramatic, sales going to end, blah, blah, blah. Sure, some sales probably do actually end and not come back. But what I would say, having watched the site for a while, is that most of them do come back. So for me, what I did with Puerto Vallarta is I didn't have the travel dates. I just knew that I wanted to go there and figure it out. So for that one, you only have to put $99 down, and then you have 18 months to pick your travel dates. So if you were to click here, you would see something like this. And basically, you would pay $99, then it's locked in, and you can pay equal installments. And then once you have it, then you have basically 18 months to book the dates. So yes, is it possible that you won't get your dates in advance? It's possible, especially if you're, these deals aren't really designed for holidays. So, you could try, but it might be hard to do it on like 4th of July or Christmas or something like that. But what I would say is do not book your plane ticket until Book VIP has checked with your resort to make sure the dates you want are there. So that's one option. If you know for sure when you want to do this, then you can save a little bit more. And I have not done it this way because I'm never quite this organized in advance. But you can do it with your travel dates. And so for this one, okay, looks like it's kind of blocked out until November. But let's say, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to have these 2 kids that are under the age of 2, and I'm going to have 0 extra nights. So let's see what it's going to quote me, because I believe it was $7.99 for the one that was flexible. Well, this one they're still charging you $7.99. So personally, I would probably just do the flexible one unless there was savings, but it's up to you. If you know you want to travel at certain dates, then yeah, you're probably good. I've never had a coupon or promo code for this, but you're welcome to look for it. And then, yeah, that's it. So if you have questions, they do have these contact numbers. Sometimes it can take a while to get through to somebody, or you can ask them to call you back. That's what I normally do when I finally get through to somebody. But the other place that I would kind of direct you to go is About Us. The FAQs can be really useful. So if you want to know about like what is Book VIP, how am I going to choose my travel dates? Can you add additional nights? Yes, you can. What if you want to add more family members? What if you want to add less family members? All that kind of stuff. You usually have 12 to 18 months, depending on what it says. There may or may not be resort fees. We didn't have any at Secrets a couple days ago, but sometimes there are more, and things like that. Like, how do you qualify for the resort presentation? I already kind of showed you that. It's in the terms and conditions. But anyway, that's how it works. And so I just was so excited by the experience that Clark and I had because it was so cheap and yet it was so like she. It was really a lot nicer than the places we normally stay. So it was cool. And for $100 a night, which was what ours was, you consider trying to feed 2 people for $50 a day is so hard to begin with when you're on vacation, sometimes food and drink. So to get that for both of us and really nice lodging, it was just amazing. We got to spend all our money on excursions. And then we had a good deal with our flights too, which another day I'll go on a sidebar about finding good deals on flights. But yeah, that's how I would navigate Book VIP. And like I said, just make sure that you're reading the fine print. Take the time to look at what things are rated, what they're running, make sure it's what you want. Don't get stressed out by the, oh no, this deal is going to go away in 5 seconds. I mean, yeah, they're going to do that to try to get you to buy because that's what every site does. That's how they're going to make their money. But most of these things are going to be here for a while. So don't let it stress you out. And like I was saying, if you are interested in that $300 worth of credit, that's through the end of June. That if you book, they'll give you another $300. So just FYI, and then you can see there's their top 20 family vacations. Not everything is all inclusive. Not everything is international. So I've heard good things about this experience, the Westgate, Smoky Mountain. There's things in Orlando. There's Tahiti Village and in Vegas. So anyway, hopefully this was helpful, and feel free to reach out if you have more questions. Thanks.